Oh, good evening, everybody. This is rather coming late, but it's an update. I'll be quick about it, and I want you to see uh, where we are exactly and where we are likely to go. Uh, Permit me to go into the structure on the daily. Like, you remember when I told you that from the daily structure here, that I still can't see any recipe for downward movement, that the daily candle closure here, even at this point, does not uh, 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 show us that we are ready to probably reverse or change direction. So that is a correction, and we're having that correction. So we had the first move here, which is on a 4-hour correction, which is A and a B and a C to finish that correction now. So this leg that is going up may be regarded as probably a leg to complete the entire move. Now, I will be showing us some things because I believe that it is now obvious that it is big four that we are correcting. So this is still a correction. I don't expect this to change direction for now. I don't expect a change of direction just like that when we have been in this trend for quite a while coming down. So, but whatever it is that we can get, we'll see. And the permutations. Now, if let me see, if I go to the month, this is weekly, and I bring out my instrument, and I've told us that we may see this as a wave one and a wave two, and that we ended with 3 here. So we are looking at what exactly can be the limit of wave 4. And we say wave 4, the limit will be around this place before we turn downward again. That wave 4 should not go beyond here. That is what we have said. And that is what the way we are aligning ourselves. So again, let me show us from wave 2 to the end of wave 3. And so 38.2 is exactly where we have this fenestration, the broken support, or sorry, resistance, and that we should not go beyond here. Let me use broken line for that as well. So in between the broken lines, we should not expect price to push beyond that. So having said that, we know that we are almost at the limit here where we don't expect price to break. And if price break beyond here, price should not break beyond here. So that's how many point move from here to here, which will be the ultimate. And that's about 300 pips point move. Of course, I wouldn't even expect price to go beyond 40, talk less of 50. When you are, by the time you are approaching 50, then it's wave 2. You know, that means you are actually, traveling the length of what looks like wave 2, which might mean that we are changing the trend, and that is not just a pullback or wave 4. So now we are approaching a very critical level, but we are still going to negotiate and see how it's going to look like and what we can expect. Now, if I zoom, let me do monthly to see what is possible if we're looking at it from the monthly point of view. From the monthly point of view, if we're looking at it from the monthly point of view, like we said, that if this is wave 5 of a mega cycle, sorry, wave 3 of a mega cycle, and that we use this as a wave 4, and that we're now doing the last leg. If it's wave 3 of the mega cycle, wave 4 of the mega cycle, we said that this can be wave 1 and wave 2, and where this one will be a wave 3 to 4. If that is the case, it will still not go beyond here in that case, because this will now be a wave 2 up here to this, so and it will push 50 to this level and 38 to this level. So anything is still possible. Either you are looking at it from the mega point of view, mega cycle of point of view, or you are looking at it as a possible wave 1 and 2 and 3. So and that is what I'm trying to show us. We should not expect price to go beyond here. So, but now we're going to look inward here and see what exactly is playing out. We're going to look at what is playing out here. So these are nothing but correction here. So after this, and this has given us some bullish move. This is still going up as a correction, but we're going to see, is it a final leg that we are seeing? Now, if we're going to see that as a final leg, we're saying that now, one thing that is possible again is that this may end up playing a 5-wave structure to the upside. If it plays like a 5-wave structure to the upside, it means that they might want to go for a bigger correction. Where from here to here is wave 1, and wave 2 is this correction here, and this is wave 3, and we should pull down to do wave 4, and we should now go up again to do wave 5. So if we do wave 5 in that case, then we should be seeing a much bigger correction of a 3-wave pullback, 1, 2, and 3, to deep down before we now have another 5-wave to the upside. So in that case, if that is what we are looking at, a 5-wave, a 3-wave pullback, which is going to be deep, another 5 waves up, to now do on a weekly correction a zigzag, which is 1, which is A, and a deeper wave pullback of 3, and a zigzag to now start with 5 proper. But can it play like that with where we have? I don't know if you get my point. Let me try and bring something out. I've messed up this, and I don't want to. Okay, let me quickly go somewhere and use that, and I will come back to this. I want you to see what I'm trying to make up from here. If I use this, okay, if I use this now. So what I'm trying to say is that we are seeing this move from here as a wave 1, and this move from here down to this point as a wave 2. To see this move has a wave 3. To turn down as a wave 4. To finish up as a wave 5. To finish up as a wave 5. That is what I'm trying to say. So in trying to fabricate this, it might not exactly look as big as this. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So of course the 5 here might be shorter. I want us to see something. If you can play like that, but let me see from what we expect as minimum retracement or fib configuration. So if we start from here, if 1 is from here, and this is the limit of 2 here at this point, we want to see if that could play out. And this is the low of 2 below here, where we have the red. So what we are saying is that at least this point here may have ended. Let me take this out. this point here, where we have 61.8 may have ended 3. So if I want to bring that down to the level of 3, good. So if that is the case, and we bring that to the level of 3, what I'm trying to insinuate is that this may come down as a 4. In that case, from 2 to 4, we'll say at least 38 point something, 38, this is 2 here. 2 to where this 4 is, we now expect it around this level. So for 4 to end around this level of 38 at least, and if we say that the 4 will end in that place, so we now expect 5 to turn up from that level between here and here to give us at least this point. It might not get to that place. At least that is what we should expect. So which means it might turn up to finish a 5-wave structure like this at least. At least. If it's going to run like that, now if this one runs like that as a 5-wave structure, which can count 5 waves, we are still bearish. So, and this is not a recipe for a, what do you call it? A change of trend. So this is still correction. So, and if it turns like this, this one should do a 5-wave because it's a correction. Then what we're going to have a deeper pullback in 3 waves, which would give us at least, let's say a 61.8 or a 78. If I want to do that, let's say it will give us this. If it will give us this, maybe let's use 78. At least it will give us that. So to finish, this will be in 3 waves. This will be in 3 waves, where this one becomes, let me say, a red. This one becomes a red, and the 3 waves here will now go this way because it's going to be 3 waves. It will now be this way, something like that. Something like that. With this one going up as a pullback, and this one coming down as a pullback. In this kind of a situation, all this one becomes the purple. This one becomes the purple, which is going to be in 3 waves. And this one also becomes the purple, which is going to be 3 waves. So what we're now saying is that the whole of here, from this point now to this point, now becomes a single wave, which I will term as red. So that is A and a B and a C. So in that case, if you're going to have a C, then the C, we can now clone that C. If we clone it out, we can now bring it to the base here. We can bring it to the base here. In terms of a fib, so which, if this one should play like that, and this one will, if this one should form a 5-wave structure to the upside, That means this has to come down in 3 waves to finish this as a zigzag before we turn down. And thereafter, then we are going to start coming down to do wave 5. That is what I'm trying to say here. To do wave 5. That is what I'm trying to say here. But then, with that analysis, would this be correct for wave 4? Because this is, I measured it point for point and all of that, maybe roughly, but can it get to this point? That is what I'm trying to say. If we now zoom out, can it get to that point? Even for the limit of 5, this is 2. I mean, limit of 4 rather. So when we start from where we're supposed to have 2 from here, and we come to this base here, this would have fractured 50% retracement. It would have fractured it. So, and we can't have this one has a 5-wave, and this one a 3-wave pullback, and this one a 5-wave, because the last one would have to be 5 waves. So we might be saying, I would not, is a possibility, but so far it's breaching this place at 100% retracement. I don't want to subscribe to that. I'm just trying to show us something. I'm trying to show us something in case we're going to have that, because the direction is still that we are not done. DSY is not done. That is what I'm trying to point to you here by going all the way to show you that DXY is not done. But because this one is now very close and has approached this level, this is the level where I think once we reach it, it might just be the end of 4th wave correction for us to now do the last wave 5 before we now change trend. That is what it's looking like to me. But we've got to look at all the possibilities and how to navigate. That is what I'm saying. So where the price is at the moment, because if you look at this, these for sure had played like wave 1 and wave 2 of that correction, and these had gone up as wave 3, and this looks more like a wave 5, wave 4, and that we're going to do wave 5. That is the way it's looking like. That we're going to have a 3-wave pullback corrections, that we're going to turn up to the upside is another thing entirely. When we get there, we'll cross the bridge and we'll see what is going to, the way it's going to play out. But to me, it's looking more like once we get here, we might be turning down completely to change direction. That is what it's looking like. In terms of wave 1 and wave 2 situation, with this one and this one to be wave 5, let's see. From where the price turned. If I want to take from where the price turned, let me take this one out. Now, this is the base of 4. What our time has 4 here now. This is the base of 4 here now. So that's the base of 4. For now, let me take all this one out. Let me take this one out. That's the base of 4. We must, to understand all these things, it's a whole lot of work to understand how the dynamic works and all of that. If you watch the video, you still understand the analysis of the flat that we had here before we came down and why we had to turn up. Now, so from up here to this place here, if this is the limit of 2. If we now take the limit of 2, so we are 3, we believe that the 3 of that wave is 38, it's still low down. So the price didn't get there. 38 is still low down here. So, but it still forms within wave 3. That's what I'm trying to say. So I'm sorry, wave 4. It still forms within wave 4. We might just see the last push to the upside, and before we come down. That is what I'm anticipating now. These to these, did they form wave 3? If we look at it again, from here to the limit, this will be the limit of 1 now, because it went higher to correct 2. And we take it down to where 2 is, which is low here. 161.8, it never got there. So 161.8, it never got there. 161.8 is up, is still up. So it's still up, it never got there. So now, but we are seeing this as a correction, possibly a final correction for us to turn down. That is what I'm seeing here now. That is what I'm seeing here now. That is what we are seeing here now. So if I take this back to a 4 hour, okay, the 4 hour now. Before 4 hour, let me still go back to the daily to see where we are likely going to get to. So where we are going to get to, now where we're going to get to in terms of fib retracement is from this top of 3 to this low of this correction here. So, and we know that we should expect reaction between 123 to 161 to have a reaction to finish up this complete wave. So wave, of course, could be truncated and it turned down almost around this level. But if I were you, I would be expecting from here to here as a possible point where we can have a momentum to sell to the downside. And if that happens, if we are selling from here, we don't want to buy. I don't see that this thing is going to continue. If he wants to break this one, let it go. I'm not interested in any buy. That is what I'm saying, because this is a correction and for this move to finish itself. And I believe that this is going to count. We're going to see this one counting 5 waves to burn off with divergence. And that is what you should be interested in now. This last move that is going up, you should be interested in counting it to divergence to come to this point. Once you see wave 3 of it and it burn, so that wave should break this top. I expect it to break the top again, go do 4 and 5 with divergence, and we can plan to sell here. And in selling here, we should sell with the mind that possibly, can we do a 3-wave? If it's coming down like a 3-wave, we will know. At least it's going to, first wave is going to come down. We're going to see the second leg of the wave, it's going to come up as wave 2. And by the time the third one is coming, and we are going to see the extent of the last wave, is it going to break 100 or not? We'll be shifting our stop losses to see if we are indeed in wave 5 that is going to break this low, or that we're not going to have a double correction like I showed you on the other page of A and a B and a C. So we are going to expect that. But the direction now for now is to get a sell setup to come down. That is what we should be expecting. With that said, now looking at 4 hour, on the 4 hour, of course, I showed us that I was telling some people, I mean, the last video, that this is like an A, a B, and a C. And this on a 1 hour time frame ran like a 3-wave, and this also ran a 3-wave, which is 3-3, and the last one ran 5 waves to the downside, which is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, a 3, and a 4, and it's truncated here to give up. Where anyway, it did 100% extension that you should expect from a zigzag, because it's now these to form, it did 100% extension before we begin to have this. And now this will be the last wave to complement. So we might, with some reluctance, level of reluctance, regard this in this correction itself as a wave 1, 2, and a 3, and a 4 that we're going to do a 5. And you expect the turnaround at those levels I talked about. So that is what we should be expecting now. That is what we should be expecting now. That is what we should be expecting now. Now, if we're going to look at this as a possible correction, if it's going up as a wave, of course, the new trend, because we have finished this 1 and 2, and this correction is done, and the new trend, your new trend resistance should probably go like that. I mean, support rather should go like that, because we're now doing the final correction here. So on the 1 hour time frame, are we seeing that means where you should be counting this last wave now on the 1 hour time frame? You should be counting it. Yes, you should be counting it. So this is after this move. This is in this regard a 4. This is after this wave 2. This is wave 3, wave 4, and wave 5 is truncated. You can see the way wave 5 is truncated. Before we now had a wave 1 and a wave 2 to the upside. This is wave 5, which is truncated here. Wave 3 got to this point, and wave 4 was here. Okay, so 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5 truncated, and this is another wave. So this is wave 1 and wave 2. After wave 1 and 2, we had a wave 1 of 3, 2 of 3, and we have finished that with 3 here. We are finished with 3 here of that move. We are finished with 3 here of that move. And this is with 4 that we are finished here at this low. We are finished with 4 at this low. We are finished with 4 at that low. So this now looks like the height of wave what? Wave, yes, the height of wave 1 and wave 3 for this last leg. That's the height of wave 3 for that last leg. So we now have a 1, a 2, a 1, a 2, 1 of 3, and a 2 of 3, 3 of 3, 4 of 3, 5. Then we now did a major 4 here. Then we are trying to now do the last 5. So this last 5, this is where you now begin to concentrate. And if this one is a 4, from here to here, if it's a 4 to this point, that's a 4 of that correction. So we see this wave to the upside as a wave 1 of the last 5. And this will come down a bit to do a wave 2. Then you can now do your mathematics or field analysis to get where wave 3 will break this place. And you should be doing your counting, because for now, on the 1 hour time frame, it's doing wave 2 to the downside now. And before we go further to break the top, that is what you should be expecting. And let me see if I've done the counting somewhere else. I think I did the counting. If I'm already doing it, I'm not so sure. Yes, I think I'm doing it already. Yes, I'm doing it already. I've done it already. For here, this is like a 3. It has finished that 3. This should be 3.5 now. This should be 3.5 now. This is like a, okay. This is like a 3.3 here. This is like a 3.3 here. Instead of just complicating issue for myself, this is 3.5. This is 3.5. That is 3.5. And a 3.4 is somewhere here. A 3.4 is somewhere, maybe 3.3 and 3.5. Then we now have a 4, which is here. A 4 is at that place. A 4 at that place. A 4 at that place. Then we're now seeing the last leg of 5. That is what we are saying now. The last leg of 5 is what I believe we are seeing now, which I believe is going to run upside. It's going to run to the upside. That's what I believe. It's going to run to the upside. And of course, this is like a 1 and a 2. Like I said, finishing this and a 3. So we should be counting 1 and a 2 and finish this wave to the upside. That is what we should be expecting now. And of course, the 5 should be very, going up there. It should be going up to finish 5 there. So we should expect a turnaround around that area. So that is what I think. So you don't want to buy this, but you want to sell. We should be expecting price action. We should be expecting price action to sell. That is what I'm saying now. So these are the area of concentration. Yeah, this area. This is where we are going. And we should soon get there. If we don't get price action there, we shouldn't break this. So that ends today's video. Watch and go by it. Why is it like that?